called Chunty.
Yes. It is me again. Where have I been? It's episode 20 of the Chuntcast. Finally made it here. It's supposed to be here last week. But I got quite hungover when I meant to do this. I never really drink. I drink maybe once or twice a year. And I think it was around the time the Xbox Showcase came out. Everybody just unsubscribed and clicked away from this video now. Not because of Xbox, because of the burp. So when the Showcase came out, I took the Friday off because I wanted to relax and enjoy it, stay up, watch it live. And I had like six cans of bourbon. I'm not a big drinker anymore. Absolutely flogged me for days. Like the next 2 days, just like right off. And I wanted to recap the next day. And before I knew it, it was Monday. I couldn't give a stuff. And so that's why I haven't done anything. And then the week got away from me from work. And but anyway, here we are. This is a different angle now because I've got a big new desk, massive new desk. So I've actually got space to think, space to breathe and do things that I want to do for activities and whatnot. You know, you can see some extra bits and pieces in the shelf behind me. So it's a pretty cool setup. I feel like a pro a bit of a pro. Oh, I'm a bit burpy because I've just finished dinner. I'm going to try not to burp too much. But yeah, this is where I'm at. Oh, also news. Before we get stuck in, there's 3 topics as usual I like to go over. I did 3. Yeah, I didn't like half-ass that finger. So 3 things I want to talk about is obviously the Xbox stuff. I've talked at length about it on the Let's Talk Games podcast with the boys, but about a week's gone now since that happened, and I have some other thoughts. It feels like a week. I don't think it's been a full week yet, but god damn it, sure feels like it. There's a Black Suit Superman clip that was released that I want to have a look at. And there's another clip for the War for Cybertron Siege Netflix series that came out today. The clip anyway. I haven't seen it yet. It's like 30 seconds. But the show comes out tomorrow night, I think. So I'm either going to marathon it Thursday, or I think I might just keep it as my Friday night thing. And have something to look forward to at the end of the week and watch. But first off, what I want to do is, while I've been talking here, I should have gone to my Twitter because I want to show you something. And I don't like having my entire feed on screen because there's so much shit. Look, so here we are. I'll bring this up. If I can swap it over in a minute now. Here. Let's click on this, shall we? So there was a competition to win a free game or this skateboard of Skater XL. I've no idea what this game is about, besides it's about skating. So I thought, that looks cool. The skateboard itself just looks sick as fuck, and I wanted it. So I retweeted and followed to enter. And yesterday I got a reply from Xbox Australia and New Zealand saying, congrats, you've been selected as a provisional runner-up. Send a DM. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I mean, I didn't get the skateboard, but a free game's a free game, right? And it's just funny. It comes off the heel of me getting aggressive inline on Xbox recently. Last week I got a bunch of new games in the mail, and I didn't have them here on me to show you. They're all on the bookshelf now, all put away. I can't be bothered turning around and getting them. It's such a massive effort. They are like right there behind me, and I don't want to turn around. It's just such an effort. Oh my god! You just have to take my word for it. They're there. They exist. Look, if I switch this over, me only see this arm right just behind me, over my shoulder there. You can kind of see the Mega Drive cases there. Underneath that Optimus Prime is where all the Xbox games are. That's how far away they am, and it's such an ordeal. Just can't do it. So you take my word for it. Anyway, so I know Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is coming back out. But, I mean, I thought I'd enter this totally blind. No idea what this game is about. And want a copy, send them DM, and they're going to send me, I think it's a physical copy because they asked for my address and email address. They didn't ask me for my gamer tag or anything, so I assume it's a physical copy. So I guess if I don't like it, it's trade fodder. I mean, no, I'll keep it. I'm really gracious of the gift and the prize and all that. I'm not... move on. What was I going to say? Yeah, so here's the trailer for it. I haven't actually watched this yet, so this could be interesting. See what it looks like. Oh, I'm already getting acclaimed. I'm going to turn this music down. Ever so slightly. See if I can get away with that. I mean, it looks clean. And people gave Halo Infinite shit. Tony Hawk, I'll give it this. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD remaster bullshit edition that's coming out. That looks beautiful. Like, you know, I'm not going to say like otherwise. It just looks like a stunning game. This one, yeah, look, you know. How do you control? Oh, so you use both sticks to do your tricks. Oh, that's going to be weird. I thought this was just going to be, you know, your face buttons like Tony Hawk's and all that. So this control mechanic's going to be a little interesting. I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. Some of those camera effects look neat. Very reminiscent of skate videos that you see people do with the fisheye lens and the up close in the action and stuff. I don't know how that's going to control or how representative this is of what your perspective is. I mean, it seems pretty close, but like the guy's face there looked a bit lifeless and emotionless. You know, you can tell they're just game models. They don't look like there's an actual person in there. I've never seen such calm-looking skateboarders. I mean, there's focus, and then there's like, I'm not even here. Holy shit. That's a massive jump. Skater XL. So yeah, that's available now. So this trailer came out on the 29th. Oh, today. So yeah, PS4, Xbox, and Steam. Cool. Yeah, like I said, it's a free game. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth and whatever other analogy you want to use that's pertinent to what I'm trying to say. I don't know, have you guys heard of this game? Like, it came out of nowhere for me. I totally forgot about it. And like I said, I only really heard about it because of this competition prize thing, promotional thing. I'm willing to be surprised. Who knows? It could be better than Tony Hawk's. I saw a lot of the text on screen of like reviews. I don't know how many of them are legit or real, or did they just take the best ones from the Steam reviews or something? I don't know. Or the Twitter reviews. Some of them were saying 100 hours plus played. So, I mean, it's only just come out, unless they're reviewers. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I thought I'd throw that across your bow. See what you think about that. Anyway, so that's the first thing I wanted to get off before I get into the main three topics. So let's hook in. Let's get rid of that trailer. And let's talk some Xbox. We'll just have some of this playing. It's a good place to start with Halo. Look, a lot's come out this week since this game this game showcase. Holy fuck. That this is an old build, like 4 or 5 months old from like January this year, and it's on a PC that's made for debugging, not game performance. And then there's all the news that's recently come out today that I mean, 343 as a company is pretty messed up as far as how their business practices are and crunch time and how they do their workflow and, you know, meeting the targets, and they just don't seem to know what they're doing over there by the sounds. Look, it's all hearsay. I know a couple of people are saying that they've got contacts or Microsoft contacts within the company, and they're leaking some of these employee feedback and stuff like that. So you see what see what you think about it yourself if you go look into it. I'm not going to read out a whole bunch of them or anything because there's a lot. Just know that it seems like this game's in a bit of trouble. I mean, overall, I know this is playing Halo at the moment, and I'm not going to sit here for an hour and watch the entire showcase and talk over it. I just want to touch on what I felt about the showcase, because if you didn't notice, there's a couple of Xbox lights behind me, and I'm a big Xbox fan, platforms supporter. Gotta fucking talk. I've been talking all day. It's part of my job. So yeah, I've been a long time Xbox platform supporter, and most of my favorite games or game franchises are the Xbox first party stuff. Somehow, I mean, they just seem to do the games that I want to play. I didn't just commit to one platform and that's it. If it was PlayStation and if they had games over there that I felt a connection with or that got me excited or invested, then I'd be over there. And Nintendo is just Nintendo, But yeah, look, Halo, I'm excited for it, but I will admit this being an old demo, so they say, and not being properly representative. There's no ray tracing in here, which is going to be patched in after launch on Series X. So this game's been in development for about 5 years, and it was meant to come out on Xbox One, but they delayed it more so it can be a Series X launch title. So this doesn't represent what the Series X is capable of. Even if they, do a patch upgrade for some Series X, performance bumps and all that kind of stuff, it's just not going to be a straight representation of what the Series X can do. So, I mean, there's a narrative out there about this game showcase that there's nothing here that made you want to buy a Series X, and I can understand that. When they say that a lot of the games shown are on Game Pass, which means they'll be coming to the Xbox One base unit as well, and your Xbox One X and all that. So there's nothing here that's yet really kind of bringing out the power of the Series X, and you can see like this pop-in and shit on this gameplay trailer. I mean, this shouldn't have any pop-in or anything. If you're having a first gameplay trailer, a gameplay showing of Halo, you shouldn't be having any of this shit happening. Otherwise, like, it looks and feels like Halo Combat Evolved, the first game. And I like that. It's still one of my favorite games of all time, and I still play it regularly, like at least once a year, like most people do that are a fan of Halo. It's just a game that you do. It's one of those, everybody has their annual game that they play, and that Halo Combat Evolved is just one of them. So there was Craig. He's gone. Otherwise, look, visuals aside, looking at it, it's not that bad. I'm on a 4K monitor at the moment, and this is a 4K feed. You're not seeing that representative on your screen because of what I've got here, rendering and shit. But it looks nice. It looks great for what it is. Look, it doesn't look as polished and flashy as, Halo 5 with X enhancements, and Halo 4 with X enhancements look far superior to this as far as fidelity and graphics and lighting and everything goes. But, it's a massive open world. Like I said on the Let's Talk Games cast, other massive games can get away with a lot less. Like Breath of the Wild, it's got a particular art style that lends to what they're trying to do on the Switch, and they don't need like photorealism for that shit. But I mean, that's got a massive open world like this too, and it's not a graphical showcase as stunning as it looks. It's just an example. And if this game ends up being like a Halo Breath of the Wild, where you just roam at your own pace and explore the ring or the section of it that you're allowed to be on, I mean, I'll be all about that. That seems exciting to me. And I don't know, that there were rumors saying that they did intend originally for you to be able to explore the entire ring, the whole thing, like traverse it from point A to point B as you see fit, like in a ship or on a land vehicle or whatever. I mean, that's massive. That's pretty huge and ambitious. Let's see if they did that. I don't think they could do that. That's too huge for current systems. Like, that's essentially just a near planet-sized level, But I could see them managing to do that on next-gen console. Series X. I can see them being able to do that. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying, oh, they should just put it on the back burner and launch it later or redo it or something. I don't know. I mean, that's a massive ask. I don't know how bad this is. I don't know how far along they are. I mean, they've only got 3 or 4 months till launch to go. So I'd say they're pretty close, or they have to be. I mean, multiplayer is going to be there. They've confirmed that. Two-player split screen is going to be there at launch as well. 4-player co-op online. All that kind of shit is there. It sounds like it's full-featured. Just some of the next-gen stuff, not so much. Like the ray tracing in particular would make a lot of difference on how this is being lit right now. And not to reference Digital Foundry, because everybody that doesn't know what they're talking about does. They've got a good video up there explaining on why it kind of looks like the way it is and how some of the lighting and shadows just aren't active on this build for some reason. Very confusing. I don't know why they chose to put this version out. I mean, they blame COVID and shutdowns and whatnot for anything, but who knows? I don't know what to make of a lot of it. I will say, though, a lot of this talk and chatter and rebuttal on the internet, it's kind of killed a bit of hype for me. And I don't like to usually let that happen, but I can't deny it. I am a bit kind of over it as far as like I just want to be excited for something. Happens. I don't know what it is with me, but it happens with everything almost that I like. Like Xbox, it gets shat on all the time. DC Comics gets shat on all the time. The DC films get shat on all the time. And whatever else. Power Rangers gets shat on all the time. Just looking around my room. Gears of War's been shut on. But fuck, I love it all. I don't give a shit. I still have fun and enjoy it. So look, getting away from Halo for a bit. The games that I took away out of this, I can't really see. I mean, that looks good on my screen. The textures are there, and I can see the detail and everything. Looks fucking sweet. Anyway, it's no Last of Us, or Ghost of Tsushima, but they're not massive open worlds, are they? Well, they're not rendering a whole massive thing all at once like this is. Anyway, Avowed, I think, was the only game that I kind of went, oh wow, yeah, that I didn't see that coming. That was a good surprise, even though it was only a cinematic trailer. It was still something I had no idea that was coming, and that was great. Would I have liked more things? Yeah. My predictions that I made on the Let's Talk Games cast, I keep bringing it up, but I'm proud of what we're doing over there. I've got a link in the description, so you can go over there and subscribe. We just hit, that's right, I was supposed to say this at the top of the show. We hit 100 subscribers over there. That was great. In like 20 episodes, we made it to our 100th subscriber. So, I mean, that's great. That's a good effort, man. We're consistent every week, and it's something I look forward to every week as well. Talking to them, the boys, and all that, and just talking shit for an hour. It's a good excuse to do it. We started off doing it as fun, and now it's kind of like it's actually getting a bit of a small bit of something happening. So yeah, a lot of the feedback that I gave on this was between the three of us over there, and I'm just kind of waxing lyrical at the moment to go over some key points. But Avowed was the only one that really took away from on this. 'Cause I pretty much knew everything else that was coming. It was pretty obvious. If you're familiar with the Xbox first-party library, you could kind of anticipate what was going to be announced. It was either going to be a sequel or a relaunch for next gen, and that's pretty much what we got. Like State of Decay is coming up. State of Decay 3, Forza Motorsport, Fable, Halo Infinite. They're all kind of setting themselves up to be the long game on this gen. Whereas a lot of those will be like the 3rd or the 8th game or the 6th game. It looks like they're just taking everything back to brass tacks and starting over. Even Halo Infinite is a soft reboot. It'll tie up the loose ends of Halo 5 and start a new story. So interesting. I can see why they're doing that. I mean, they can just write this generation off as a loss and then start over, hopefully strong, for next gen with all their mainstay titles. But like I said, the predictions that I did over at Let's Talk Games, I did anticipate a lot of probably unrealistic expectations as far as the games that I wanted them to announce. I wanted them to take risks, some risks, and bring back some IP that we haven't seen for the better part of 2 decades, or like Killer Instinct. We got that in 2013 and got a few seasons out of it, but nothing since. I think that could really... I mean, it's still a great game. I played it recently, actually, and I still can't play it for shit, but I still love playing it. And so it's just a name, and it's a epic fighting game, and I know most of the team aren't there anymore and shit, but they did it once, they can do it again. Blink's a Time Sweeper, they kind of mentioned in passing a few times in the pre-show for this game showcase, and I was like, oh my god, like, is that a hint? Like, are they leading into something? Blink's a Time Sweeper, bringing him back, because all these other mascots are coming back at the moment. Why can't this bring back Blinks? I know he doesn't have half a following as any of the others, and not many people have any nostalgia for him, but I love Blinks. I was really shit at the game, but I really enjoyed that character and the game, what it was trying to do. Anyway, so the feedback, I've got some notes here, I'm just trying to get through the points. The feedback I've got from here: hey Phil, remember me from 2015? Yeah. I should have had the photo already. I've met Phil, got a photo with him and everything. Feedback: I really like the presentation, like all the graphic stuff, all the in-between stuff, like the camera is crisp as fuck, and the set design, and obviously it's in a green screen, but man, it just looks high professional stuff and high quality, and a real professional output showing. And even the way they link together all the game stuff and the showcase just together, like, this is exactly what I wanted them to do. Like, they did away with that first one in May with the Assassin's Creed stuff and the gameplay controversy and all that shit. And after that, I was like, this is exactly what I imagined that I would hope that would come back with. So I'm totally happy with how they presented it. It's just, I wanted more risks as far as the showings and what I thought that might have been coming. Like, this is all in engine for Forza Motorsport, and my god, like, it just looks real. I can't wait to play that game. Like, I'm not a massive rev head or anything, but I really enjoy the Forza games for some reason. They're just so chill, man. I really enjoy my time with them, particularly the mainline Forza Motorsport series. There's something about them. I'm just running around the track on easy, and I'm winning everything, but I don't care. It's just the fact of driving around and expensive shit and lifestyle stuff that I'll never afford or I'll never see or touch in my life. But I mean, this looks like it's going to be more racetrack stuff, which is what Forza Motorsport is. It's real sim related. But that one does tend to give you a lot of the real life sports cars and luxury cars and stuff, and on some of the biggest racetracks in the world. And it's always high value production, and the music, and it's just great. It's a bit different from the Forza Horizon series, which is a bit more arcadey, like free roaming adventure across the landscape. So I'm keen to delve back into this. It's going to be a graphical showcase to melt my face with. I can't wait. So yeah, look, I'll probably, as I talk, I'm trying to wrap it up, but I know there's going to be more stuff to talk about as it comes on screen. The feedback to this that I've seen online has been pretty damn brutal. Not going to lie, it's been brutal as shit. Oh, rare. Everwild. This game looks stunning as hell, and I want it. I am hearing rumors that they still don't quite know what to do with this game yet. Like, they don't have a gameplay style and all the mechanics and what they're wanting to do with it down. Like, they've got the concept, they've got the designing and what they want to do, this world and shit. But as far as what game to make with it, I'm hearing that they don't quite have it in stone yet. So this game is a while out yet. Anyway, the feedback. Look, I feel like it's a bit of this industry bias and this gamer bias that's just prevalent on social media, where it's just like, there's nothing Xbox can do that doesn't get them hate, like, since 2013. Like, it's, let it go. That was a different time, a different group of people, different management. Almost no one that was there around then is there anymore. And ever since, it's been consumer forward thinking, consumer forward offerings ever since Phil came on board. And everything he's done since has been just above and beyond what the competition is doing. And that's even with Game Pass as well. Like, no one else is offering or can offer something like that. And yet people still complain. We've got all these games coming out. And, I mean, the complaint has always been this generation of, Xbox has no games. Yet the last two showings, they've just shown game after game after game. And people are like, I don't see anything that I like. So fuck off, bullshit. I'm not going to run off every game from the May showcase and this one that I really want to play. But the point is, with Game Pass, I'll be able to play them all, almost all of them. I won't have to pay for it, basically any of them, except my subscription. And that's just incredible, I can't see why there's hate happening here. I really don't. So the feedback I don't think is valid for the most part. I am in part of the crowd that's a bit underwhelmed with the showing on this one. Not going to lie, like as an Xbox fan, I think that should count for something, that I'm not just saying, yeah, I love everything they do. I wanted more out of this, but from what they showed, I think it's a great start to make up for the last few years worth of struggles and difficulties getting actual IP together. But yeah, public perceptions on social has been just bullshit. I'm over it. Really am. And there's a clear story here. This was the games showcase, not the Series X showcase, right? People are getting that confused. We're like, these games don't look like series or next gen games or blah blah blah. And like half of these are cinematics anyway. Granted, so nothing here is showing you actual proof or like an actual gameplay demo or something in motion of that is being rendered live, on engine gameplay, to give you an example of what the power of the Series X can do, right? And yeah, I get that. But this showcase was just for games, like what's coming, what's on Game Pass, all that, just to show you, look, we've got games. All these are exclusive almost, and they're all on Game Pass, and, that's a massive deal, right? So after this event, Phil Spencer's come out and goes, look, August is next. That's going to be our hardware month, our Series X month. Keep an eye out for that. And people are like, oh, why didn't you start with that in the first place? Oh, fuck off. This is what I mean. It's like they can't do anything right without some negative feedback. And it's just really grating on me, man. I'm fucking over it. Well, a lot of this stuff, I've said on Let's Talk Games, but not all of it because there's three of us and I don't want to take up all the time. So this is kind of another reason why I like to revisit some of these topics on the Chuntcast, so I can just go nuts without having to worry about taking up too much time or talking over someone. And yeah, I look forward to August. August is only just around the corner, man. Like, I know we're all like stuck at home and every day feels the same. And like, I feel that, like, I haven't seen anybody that I know physically since last September. So every day seems to be luring for me. I need to rely on my clock and alarms to kind of know what fucking day it is. I'm checking my calendar, multiple times a week going, what fucking day is it? I was talking to my team leader today and I'm like, it's Wednesday, right? He's, yeah. Like, oh, all right, cool. I thought it was Tuesday, Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, perception of time warps for a lot of people now, where you get something and then it's done and you're like, all right, when's the next thing? You just got done waiting for this thing and now you're like, all right, next. And I get it, but temper yourself, for fuck's sake. Nintendo's getting some of the flack too, and I'm guilty of giving them shit. Whether I'll do like a Nintendo Direct Mini and it's like 5 minutes, you're like, what the fuck? What? Yeah. All right. That wasn't worth kind of staying up till midnight for, assholes. But whatever. What does Xbox need to do? I don't know, man. I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Like, I'm digging what they're putting down, right? Like, I'm picking up what they're putting down, whatever the saying is. And I'm really looking forward to a lot of the offerings. Like that Grounded game just came live to Game Pass today as well. I think I might give that a whirl this weekend. It's free, technically free. I have no barrier of entry. I may as well just give it a go. And that's a new exclusive to Game Pass from Obsidian Studios, which was shown here in this showcase. This isn't in it, by the way, for the uninitiated. But look, I think they just need to come out just full swing in August. Go, all right, fuck you all. You gave us shit in May when we were trying to be real humble and personable and, webcams and haha, isn't this funny? And, we're one of you. where people, this is real life, but they got shit for that. They come out with this super professional game showcase, and they get shit for that too. I just think, man, August, just fuck everybody. Like, I know I'm swearing a lot, but I'm a bit passionate at the moment. Just fuck everyone. August, just go, here's the fucking Series X. Here's the smaller Series S box, whatever we're going to call it. Here's the pricing, because they haven't put that out yet. Here's what the other studio, like, they only showed 9 out of the 15 Xbox game studios what they're doing on this showcase. So there's got the remainder of the studios that weren't there. So here's what they're doing, Oh, this is all what we're doing. Just shut up. Get hype. Look at this. Just show some graphical showcases to shut people up about this is what this is capable of, or here's an example of what we're aiming for with this game, and show some gameplay for some other shit. Just everything. I'm sure you've got your social media managers and your PR team going, all right, what's the common thread that people are fucking whinging about? And let's just go answer that, and just end it, launch the damn console and just move on. I just want him to I want him really to put something out just to go, shut the fuck up. We're over it too. Here's everything you need to know. Get over it. Am I still hyped? Yeah, clearly. Like I said, I'm a bit passionate at the moment because this is where I go to play, right? This is my platform. All the games I like are on there. It's the best, most powerful console. That's not just the PR talking. It's legit more powerful than the PlayStation 5. It just is. Like Gabe Newell came out today on TV saying the Xbox Series X is more powerful and it is better, and that's a bit wank. Like, whatever, as long as the games are there that you like, who gives a fuck what you play it on? And that's part of the whole Xbox mantra these days. Whether you're on PC, mobile, or their consoles, whatever, they want you in their ecosystem. So that shit doesn't even matter to them anymore. But to me, knowing that Xbox, where I play, has the most powerful offering out as far as consoles goes, because there's PCs out there that are even more powerful than that. It's just one of those things. It's like one of these sports team things. This team scored more points than that team. Yay. Anyway, this is grounded. That's what I was talking about. This looks a shitload more polished than the trailer stuff that they released last year. This actually looks good. We'll see if it's fun. I'm seeing that it's getting a lot of traffic on Twitch, and it's beating players of League of Legends numbers and all that kind of stuff. And people are saying it's a lot of fun. That little Battletoads thing, I hope that's a nod to say we're revamping that Battletoads game, because I don't think anyone liked what they saw on that new Battletoads game. I sure as hell don't, and I hope they redo it. Look, that is my last point on being hyped. And what I wanted to say, I've got a burp coming up, and I'm trying to hold it in because I've been burping enough on this bloody podcast. I know it's not nice, but I don't give a fuck. Look, let's just move on. I'm an Xbox fan, no duh. My opinion's probably going to be a bit more biased than others, but I did say this didn't entirely please me, and I know they can do better, and I hope they do. So we'll go my pretty face for a moment while I switch tabs. And there's something that happened over the weekend or over the week so far. There was a fan event that was held called Justice Con, and made by fans, for fans, all that shit. And if you don't know, if you haven't followed me, and you're not aware of the Snyder Cut and the Justice League movie and all that movement and the HBO Max, finally letting it happen, and Zack Snyder's going to finish his movie that was taken away from him and all that. Anyway, the whole thing is a massive story, and I hope you're aware of it, because I don't have time to go through it right now, and I don't have the energy. But Justice Con had a massive guest list. Like, it had production staff, like the cinematography, the storyboard artists, the actors, and all that shit. There's a bunch of people that were part of the movie that turned up for interviews during that whole weekend. And the last one was Zack Snyder, who turned up for a decent amount of time to talk about the whole movement as everything that's been going on in the movie, and what his part of it is, and And he brought a little clip with him. So I'll just start with the clip. I mean, it's only like a minute, if that, I think. Oh, yeah. Let's move that back a bit. Yeah, 1:06. So let's have a look, and then we'll talk a bit more about it. Me and window. Now, this was taken from the live stream, so this isn't like a proper final version of the clip, or it's not a HD version or anything. This is a screen grab of the live stream. So it's not like a raw bit of footage, but you get the gist. So this scene didn't even make the movie. It was in the trailers and everything, but it was cut out.
See that kind of charcoal in the cape? It's just that little...
Assuming you're Alfred.
Yes, I am. Yeah, so that was it. That was the clip. So let's get a shot on Cavs. So he's in his black suit, man. Like, that's cool, because part of the whole return of the death and return of Superman storyline in the comics is he comes back and he's in like a Kryptonian regeneration suit kind of thing, and it's black and silver. Doesn't have a cape though. But the story behind this clip is Warner Brothers didn't want the black suit in at all. So what they did was they filmed all his stuff with the normal red and blue suit with the cape and everything, right? And they colored the suit and lit the sets in such a way that if push came to shove, Zack and his team can just change the colors of the suit to black and silver if you wanted to, because he really wanted the black suit. But Warner Brothers wasn't budging, and they sure as hell weren't going to lose the cape. And they said to him, look, just film it all in the red and the normal suit, and then see what happens in the edit, basically. So this is a recolor of the original footage that he shot. This is one of the scenes that was on the deleted scenes package in the Blu-ray, where I don't know exactly where this is placed in the film. Who knows at this point, because half the movie's not even there on the theatrical release. So this is cool, man. Like, I'm excited. Like, this was all in the promotional material leading up to it, before all the shit went down. And it's really cool of him to kind of just rock up and talk to some fans. Let's just loop this while I'm talking, so there's something visual aid happening. Turn it down. Yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Some black and white posters and stuff. Real Seven Samurai. Apparently he's going to be releasing a black and white version of this once he's done too. So it's a big deal, right? And the even bigger part of this is, like, I think part of the agreement is that Zack Snyder... Oh, I said loop, you mongrel. Oh, it hasn't gone to the end yet. That's why. Loop. So Zack Snyder's not taking any money out of this. Like, he's doing this for free, apparently, he said. I watched the clip earlier today, and he's like, yeah, I want to just get it done. Like, it's part of me and part of my vision, and I'm happy just to get it finished. And I can appreciate that, like, as a creative person or an artist type person, like, to have what you've been working on taken off you and bastardized. I think he just wants to get some closure on that, considering the part of his life all this went down, where his daughter committed suicide and all that kind of shit during production, and he had to leave, all that blah blah blah, massive stuff. Not going to reiterate everything to you, but I think it makes sense for him to be like, look, I don't care what I have to do, just let me finish it. Just give me the money to finish it. I won't take a cut, as long as the production staff gets paid and the actors get paid. That's pretty epic, man. I mean, he must have got paid a good deal from the first round, right? To just walk away. He probably just got paid out of his contract, and I hope so, at least. I don't know all that kind of detail, but that's impressive for him to be like, look, yeah, I'll do this. And he went on to praise a lot of the fandom of this stuff, where, like, there's been a lot of money raised for like suicide prevention funds and groups that are about suicide awareness and stuff. Like, he's all about that now, obviously, for clear reasons. But this whole movement, this Snyder Cut movement thing, it's raised like hundreds of thousands of dollars for suicide awareness charities and all that kind of shit. So it's been a whole positive thing amongst all the hate and the negativity online surrounding it for the last 2 or 3 years, you know. So it's great to see this. This is like our first little bit of this is actually real and happening and given to us by Zack to fans with fans. You know, like no other real directors like do that kind of stuff. So it's really special. And next month there's a DC fandom, this massive 24-hour event where he said there's more to share. So in August we might see more of what is happening with this movie, like a trailer or something, or a scene maybe. I know his wife Deborah Snyder was on an interview as well, where she's like, you know, there's something in August with another director that they're planning on doing and talking about in August, and she didn't say anything more than that, but that can only mean one thing, and everybody's saying it's the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, which a similar story happened to his film as well, with the studio meddling, taken off him and given to a trailer editing house to splice some semblance of a movie together and cut out a lot of the content. You know, so that was like, it's, you know, similar story, man. I'm not going to go all the way into it, but there's like so much stuff on the cutting room floor. Like a lot of the Joker stuff got removed because it was just too dark or something, and a lot of the Harley Joker stuff was removed because they wanted to make it a bit more not as like a bent relationship, which I don't know how you can get around it. It's Harley Quinn and the Joker. I mean, they're two toxic as fuck people. Anyway, I hope that's what's coming. I really do, because I want that in my life. Holy shit, 40 minutes. I didn't mean to take this long. I was like, yeah, get a quick half hour done and we'll go. But yeah, look, I won't ramble on this too much. I mean, I just wanted to talk about this. I haven't actually had a chance to talk to anyone about this clip, so I'm finally doing it. I'm super excited just to see this beautiful man. Look at him coming back on screen again, and to see all the other footage that was removed, and just to see like what his actual Superman story arc was taking on this. It's like 3 or 4 hours long, this movie, or if they cut it into a series, like episodic movie. We'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll announce it next month. Yeah, get hype. Get hype as hell. I hate that term, but I've been using it a lot lately. Get hype. It's just so preppy bullshit. Something else to get really hyped about that's in my realm. If you haven't noticed from my past few weeks, I've talked at length about what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing about this Transformers War for Cybertron Netflix series. And it's coming out in the next day or two, and I'm very excited. They released a clip today that I haven't actually watched yet. They released it at Comic-Con at home. So this will be my first time watching it. And it's like 30 seconds long, so it's not going to take too long. Let's have a look.
Transmit to whoever's left. All Autobots report to the Ark. Operation Exodus is a go. You got it, Commander.
That was Ironhide. He sure as hell doesn't sound like Ironhide. Alright, let's go back. Let me see that again. That's Cliffjumper on the screen, by the way.
Transmit to whoever's left. All Autobots report to the Ark. Operation Exodus.
Ironhide looks like a boss, though. I'll just pause it there. Alita 1, her toy has a massive backpack compared to that. So they've taken some liberty there. Like, these are all based off the toy line. I've got Ironhide, actually. Hang on. I'll just bring out Ironhide. So you can see him there, the giant man that he is. I don't know if this will turn out well. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to come through the camera very well at all, but this way. You get the idea. Anyway, the models of these characters in this show, they've said that they pulled the CAD design straight from Hasbro. So all the characters in this are going to look like the figures. And obviously they took some liberties to make it a bit more manageable, like animating them and whatnot. But yeah, I just can't wait. I'm just going to be like a little kid with his action figures watching this 6 episodes. It's going to be bizarre. I haven't had this experience before with much where, there's been a toy line that you're enjoying and there's a show that's based like directly off it. Like I think the last time remotely close was Beast Wars back in the 90s, where I had the toys and I was watching Beast Wars every afternoon after school. So this is pretty cool. I think I needed something like this, and I think a lot of us Transformers fans needed something like this. This year's just been so shit. So, like, I've been collecting these. I've got a massive, like, a lot of them over there on a spare desk. I posted an image on my Instagram and Twitter of my Transformers collection. So, if you want to go have a look. Omega Supreme, and I mean, fuck, this is so fucking good. And I've got another Optimus coming tomorrow, based off Earthrise, which is going to be the next chapter after this series. So it's just cool, man. Like, this toy line in particular has just been giving me something to look forward to. Like, since we've all been locked down, and last year was pretty damn shit. Not as shit as this year, but just for a lot of other reasons, it was really bad. And like, these figures have just been giving me something to look forward to, like coming, like something to just wait for or keep an eye on or obsess over or just kind of distract me from life, so I hope I enjoy this show. I really do. Like, the animation, it looks great. Like, the lighting and the textures and the way it's presented looks really, really good. Some of the animation didn't look a bit as fluid as I imagined it would be. I don't know what the budget is for this, but either way, it can't be any worse than the last animated trilogy that they did with Machinima a few years back. That was absolute trash, just garbage. And I do fear a little bit for this because some of the staff on that production team are doing this. So, oh boy. But I've seen some kind of brief reviews saying that it's good. So I hope that pulls true. Whatever it turns out to be, I'm going to talk about it next week because it comes out all at once, 6 episodes, 20 something minutes each episode. So it's a good couple of hours in there worth of Transformers, a whole contained story as it leads into the next chapter. So I don't know really what I want from it, to be honest. I'm happy to just be surprised. What I really thought, the War for Cybertron games, not related to this or anything, but the ones on the 360 and PS3, I really thought that was officially the reboot of this whole story, this G1 thing. Like, that was the official thing by Hasbro. But I think this might be now. I don't know. They change it all the time. But I don't know what they'll do. I don't know what I want from it. I think there's going to be some Dark Energon stuff in there again. And this is like the final day or so of Cybertron before they have to leave, like during the Civil War and all that shit. So I think it's going to be a fair amount of action in there. Hopefully not a lot of nonsensical ramblings of robots that you can barely understand like the last trilogy, and hopefully it's not full of plot holes and scenes where nothing happens. I really hated that last series, man. It was only cool. I watched it because I was like, oh great, a G1 looking Transformers show, and that's the only reason why I watched it. Otherwise it was a fucking struggle. So yeah, this was actually the last thing I wanted to talk about. And it's like, God, it's 50 minutes now, 49 minutes on my clock. So I'll just start by saying thank you for spending 50 minutes with me out of your day, if you made it this far at all. It's not lost to me. I know time is a precious commodity that you can never get back. But I'm just happy to do this. I'm essentially talking to people on the other side, and during all this lockdown stuff, it's all I have. Besides the Let's Talk Games show with the other guys, where I'm actually talking to other humans. But no, life's not that bad. I talk to people at the gym, at least the club manager there, at least. So it's all right. It's the ramblings of an adult with toys in his hand. Yeah, look, I'll just promote my website, unclechunt.com. All my socials that I'm on are on there, and you can see my updates if you're interested, that's my website where it's got all my stuff that I'm doing when I post new videos and other stuff that I'm doing with other people and teams and projects and whatnot. Seems to be a fair bit going to happen soon. I'll just drop another one. This Ranty Beards project that I've been working on kind of in the background with a couple of mates. Looks like we're going to do our second run to try and start it next Tuesday. It's more like a film conversation about movies, nothing to do with like any of this or games or anything like that. So that's going to be something else to look forward to. A couple of mates to talk to about other things, and another thing to put on my schedule. I'm gonna have to make a banner soon of like, this is what I do, this is what I do with them, and this is what I do with them, and these are the days that you can see them. It's pretty cool. It's something to do, and I have fun with it. And if I wasn't working, this is what I'd want to do, as part of my everyday anyway. So if I can fit this in between real life, all for the better. So yeah, unclechunt.com. In the meantime, keep me posted on things, like say hello on my socials, or give me a follow on my Twitter and my Instagram. Those are where I mostly post stuff. Facebook I couldn't really give too much of a shit of, but I mainly post on there because there's 800 and so people following me there. So I kind of just pander to that. But I really focus on my Twitter and my Instagram. That's where I have the most fun and interaction. Twitter for the most part. So follow me there, all my socials, YouTube, Let's Talk Games in the description below, all that shit. And keep an eye out for Let's Talk Games episode 21, I believe, this weekend. And today we put up part of our new series, Downloading Soon it's called, where we talk about games that we're able to download soon, that are coming soon kind of thing. So that went up live today as part of our we hit 100 subscribers, let's do something new special thing. So that's great. All positive stuff to look forward to. I mean, all this stuff has been positive. I won a game. There's a Snyder Cut coming out, and they've got a new clip. Transformers series that I'm waiting for a year is coming out tomorrow. And the Xbox stuff. I mean, there's so much shit coming. It's just unreal. Really not much to complain about, which sometimes it's hard to kind of pick topics for this because it's like, it's just all fun stuff. There's nothing to complain about. It's just going to be all positive conjecture, Anyway, ramblings of a man holding a toy. I'll catch you next time on the flip side and socials and all that shit. Until then, just, be kind to each other and enjoy yourselves. As much as you can, considering the circumstances. Life is a bit tough for some and tougher for others. And just understand that with people and be a better person and be there for people. And I know I get some feedback from this and like what I'm doing with Chuntcast and with the other guys with Let's Talk Games. And, we're getting some good conversation happening and people watching, like regulars, and people looking forward to it, and it makes it all worthwhile. So hopefully you guys enjoy all this kind of shit. And anyway, take it easy and toodaloos, and I'll play my outro now.
Like, comment, subscribe.